Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Ramadan Mubarak. I hope everybody's Ramadan is going well so far. I wanted to make this video about my first Ramadan. As many of you know, I've just recently taken my Shahada in April, so this is my first official Ramadan. I tried it out last year, did it a little while, stopped doing it a little while, did it a little more. But anyways, this is my first Ramadan, so I wanted to make a video, and so at the end of every week, inshallah, I'll have a video up here to give you kind of like a recap on like the highlights from the week and whatnot. So this was the first week. Yay, I got through it. I just wanted to share like some of the things that I experienced this past week. Okay, so like when was the last day I went to work? Friday. Yeah, Friday I went to work. I was kind of mad about that because I usually have Fridays off so that I can go to the Jummah khutbah service, but we have a new manager that wants to, yeah, okay, whatever. So anyways, I was at work on Friday, and for my lunch break, well, I guess my, whatever, my break, there's this lady that I work with, and she is, I don't know if I would call her Russian, but she says she's from this country called Uzbekistan. I think I said that right. Uzbekistan. Yeah. But anyways, it was formerly part of the Soviet Union. So she's sitting in the break room already, and I come back there. And I have to mention that at work, I mean, any day, I don't normally wear the hijab, but well, this is a picture of how I normally have my hair wrapped. So yeah, I mean, some people figure that I'm Muslim. Other people just think that I have this scarf on my head for whatever reason. A lot of people have stopped me and been like, "Do you have dreadlocks up under there?" I'm like, it's really none of your business. But hey, whatever. Anyway, so I never like told everybody that, hey, I'm Muslim. Da, 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 da. I don't share my life with the people that I work with. Anyways, so she asked me if I was gonna eat today, and I was like, oh no, I'm good. Not really hungry. Just gonna sit here and read. She was like, okay, well, what time are you supposed to eat tonight? Like, probably around 8:30. And so she asked me like, what time did I eat in the morning? So I'm looking at her like, how did you know I wasn't eating today? She's like, oh, I know you. I kind of figured you were Muslim. And so she started asking me all these questions. Anyways, we got onto the subject of how I converted, and she just could not wrap her head around the idea of conversion. Like, okay, this woman is, okay, ballpark, between the ages of 45, 60. I know that's a very big ballpark. It's a very long span. But hey, I mean, you look at the lady, if you ever see her, you wouldn't know how old she was either. So, anyways, she just could not understand the concept of a person being one thing and then changing their mind and being another. Like I told her, like most of my family is Christian, and she was like, well, if your family is Christian, then you should be Christian too. Or if your family is Muslim, then you should be Muslim. You don't change. I don't get this. And I'm like, all right. So, I mean, of course, there was like the language barrier. I mean, her accent is very heavy. So it's kind of like I couldn't understand what she was saying, and I didn't know the right words to say so that she could understand me. So, anyways, yeah, we just kind of left the conversation alone. And I went to make salat, and I came back, and she was asking me some more questions. So we stopped and we started watching TV, and one of my other coworkers came in, and she was like, "Oh, Cece, how are the wedding plans coming?" And so the lady I was talking to, she was like, "Oh, you're getting married." So she asked me what he was, and I was like, "Oh, I know where this is going." I said, "Oh, he's Muslim too." And she's like, "Oh, okay, now I know why you did it. Now I know. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I can't convince this lady that I did this on my own. Nobody had any other influence on me. I wasn't like held at gunpoint and told that I had to be Muslim in order to marry this man. but she just took it and ran with it, so I, left that alone. But what was funny was that she kept associating Muslims with terrorists, and I was trying to say, no, not everybody is that way. That's this little group over here. Everybody else, is doing their own thing. They're not even associated with the terrorists. And, I was thinking in my head, like, I can't form the words to explain to this woman this concept of Islam and terrorism. But yet she was just convinced that Islam was bad and that if you were Muslim, you were a terrorist. I'm like, I've not terrorized you, and I've been in this job for the past 3 months. What are you talking about? But yeah, it was really weird. And she said that when she was growing up in her old country, that she had Muslim neighbors, and that she went to school with Muslims. And I did a little research, right? Okay, so I went on Wikipedia. I know it's not the best source, but hey. I went on Wikipedia and they said about 90% of the population are Muslims, and about 5% are Russian Orthodox Christians. But it also said that there's a lot of various Islamic traditions. So I'm not sure if she even had like a definite understanding of what Islam really was. But I kind of figured that she had this idea of this old, not old Islam, but how Islam was, or how the Muslims were, that she knew when she was younger living in her old country, to, fast forward to now, where in the media, of course, you have all this terrorism, Islamism, da-da-da-da. Okay, so I'm thinking that now that she thinks, oh, Islam is bad because this is going on, so who knows? I let that conversation alone. I said, all right, you know what? I'm walking away. And she was really surprised that I wasn't getting upset, that I wasn't mad. And I'm like, I mean, these are your beliefs. I can't change your mind. I know the truth. And that's all that really matters to me. So that was a very interesting conversation. Okay. My second highlight for the week. The other day I was over at my in-laws, my future in-laws' house, and my mother-in-law was asking me if I knew about the significance of the first 10 days of Ramadan, the second 10 days, and the third 10 days. And I said, no, I have no idea. So she explained to me that the first 10 days were mercy, where Allah shows mercy on you. The second 10 days was, I forgot that quick. Mercy was the first 10 days. Second 10 days was forgiveness. And the third 10 days was salvation, right? I think I got that right. Hope that's in the right order. So anyways, I'm lying in bed this morning and I'm thinking about that and whatever, and I'm like, alhamdulillah, like that's great, And then I was like, I don't know how I formed this analogy in my head. Maybe it's because I'm hoping to go to a Braves game soon. But I started thinking of the first, second, and third 10 days of Ramadan as the baseball field. So you have first base, second base, third base. Okay, so this analogy, let me say that I was still in bed. All my senses were not there. I was not completely awake yet. So if you're not following along, I'm sorry, but this is just what I thought about. Anyways, so you have first base, right? And that's like, you're getting ready, you're starting first day of Ramadan, right? And so that's your mercy. Her mercy is coming to getting to second base. So, you're like, the other team is showing mercy on you, letting you get to second base, okay? So you get to second base. This is hilarious. It's not making any sense right now. But I swear to you, this is what I was thinking. Okay, so you get to second base, and that's the start of the next 10 days of Ramadan. So that's, what did I say? Forgiveness. So you know how, and usually in games, that the players are trying to steal third base, steal bases, right? So you're running from second to third, and that's, so you get to the third base, and we forgive you for stealing the base or whatever. That's, that represents your forgiveness. So you get to the third base. It is the start of the third 10 days of Ramadan. And that's salvation. You're on your way home. You're on your way to the end. You're like, Alhamdulillah, I made it. My salvation is here. Yes. That's what I think about when I'm lying in bed at about 8:30 in the morning. So, anyways, I hope that analogy made sense to somebody out there. I don't know if it made sense to me anymore, but yeah, that was that. So, okay, just a little side point about Thrifty Muslima. I hopefully, inshallah, I will be able to get back on there and do some more blogs, some more updates about what's going on with the revamp of my closet. Inshallah, I'll have some more videos for you guys to check out. So until then, have a great Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.